Some roster updates that not many people were expecting, or any at all, in the way that it was worded. Seems a little concerning and kind of sad, and I hope everything is all right. Also, some updates to the North American teams, with one of their staff members getting finally announced, and I think this team might be going in a better direction. Also, the latest on some of these scrims, how teams are improving, some weird storylines compared to what we're seeing in Pro League. It's literally some like opposite for some teams, and then also some drama going on with some of the composition. So EXO had started it off by saying an Apex Legends roster update, and I'd just say prepare for this one. If you guys are aware or are very involved in the ALGS scene, you know who this is, and you were so excited to see Brynn come back, and unfortunately, just after a short announcement, Brynn is not only not coming back anymore, but he's just going to be, you know, retiring. And this is a sucky situation. But they said following the conversation between Brynn and the team last week, Brynn decided to retire from Apex Competitive immediately due to personal life circumstances. We announced the roster on June 1st in the hopes that our support would be enough to help Brynn through this difficult time. However, he ultimately made the decision that was best for him. During his short tenure with EXO Clan, we have nothing but love for Brynn and his performance, attitude, and dedication towards the brand. Slayers and Swinny are now extremely disappointed, of course, to be losing Brynn, but they loved working with him, and they're also looking for a new player as well. We'll talk more about that in just a second. We would like to ask everyone to respect Brynn's and the team's privacy during this time, and whilst he may no longer be a part of EXO Clan and the competitive team, we also know that he'll forever be a part of the family here and will continue to offer any support that he needs. So if you guys didn't see it from K20's side, he said, I just can't express how sad I am with the situation as a #1 Brynn fan. Last week didn't go the way we wanted at all, but I was not aware of all the stuff you have to go through. I know a lot of things that were going on in the past month. I could not imagine for a second what was really happening. It seems I'm speechless. Just know we are here with you, and take care, brother. We love you. I don't know what's going on with Brynn, man, but I really hope at the end of the day, this is all esports. It's all competition, and you know, there's real humans behind these gamer tags, you know, and I really hope that everything's all right with Brynn, and hopefully everything will just be okay in the end and he gets the support that he needs. Also wanted to make mention of some of these scrim results coming in from yesterday. This is Group B versus C, and basically Elevate is doing a flip-flop of everything that we're seeing in Pro League right now, right? They're doing really bad. They're struggling. We talked about nearing dead last place with only one set of matches played. They are, I mean, 2 set of matches played. They are literally double the sets, and most all the teams that are actually only played 1 set are above them. Like, they are really down bad right now, and they're gonna have to step it up. And you know, they just seem to do the complete opposite in scrims, right? They go into the final scrims before Pro League starts, a 5th place, a 3rd place. Now they're getting 2nd place after scrims are. I don't know why they can't translate this over, but it seems to be a frustrating one, to say the least. Falcons Esport, obviously no big surprise here. These guys are killing it. 1st place, Elevate in 2nd, Skidmark in 3rd, Edgers in 4th, Empire Gaming in 5th, Weave, LG, EC, Yup, NGNL on the bottom side, Most Hated, TSM, CCE, Furia, Oblivion, Flat, Complexity, Liquid, Stallions, and Not Moist. Also, quick side note as well to add this in, they did play B and C scrims as well. Not Moist in 1st, TSM actually in 2nd, Oblivion in 3rd, Furia in 4th, NGNL in 5th, EC, LG, Temper, Empire in 9th, and Edgers in 10th. But then you have Oxygen give their announcement. So, of course, Oxygen has been playing with Brayden for quite some time as their coach. You know, it wasn't necessarily, you know, formally announced, but a lot of people that knew the scene knew that Brayden was doing this, and now it has been official. Oxygen obviously parted ways with Psycho. They parted ways with Reeds. They're now playing with Frex and Brayden. So an interesting roster change to Oxygen, and I actually gotta say I kind of like it on paper. It makes a little bit of sense. But you also had some stuff coming out from Zach Mazer. You know, after all these scrim results happened, I'm surprised that we didn't get an update today, but this guy was really going through it, man. I mean, he's posted like this weekend doesn't even feel real. It's a lot of disappointment for someone who's been putting a lot of time in, and honestly, he's made a big comeback in his career after all the hate and all the doubt that he got over the last year or so, saying that this guy was washed. You know, Hal needs to stop giving him the vouch and all this stuff. Zach brings a team out of the like literal valleys with everything of like all the doubt that was going on behind their entire team. He picks up Shuby, right, from former teaming up with Madness, and Shuby obviously has been around for a while, but I think on the level that he was at E8, I don't really think he was there as of late. So Shuby really made a big jump in his career. Zach was making big jumps in his career. Zapto was one of the best free agents that was available. They take him and boom, he goes off to the races as well. I mean, this team was just so good, and to see all of that taken away, now you're struggling in Pro League. It sucks, but it's really frustrating when you're doing good in the practices and can't convert it. But glad that they are, you know, at least the latest news for E8 is good news, and hopefully they'll have a better week this coming up weekend for their Pro League. Also, some drama going on in the scene as far as these compositions go, and the reason is because they are being manipulated. So take a look at these top 5 legends that you see being used in Pro League right now. It is an obvious that Bangalore and Bloodhound are a given, right? All the teams are running this comp. Catalyst, Watson, Fuse are like the, you know, 3 you can kind of interchange. There's a big drop there from 94, 93 down to 39, and then from there there's 39, 25, 17 down to 5. So it is really kind of these 3 are the thirds. It's Cat, Watson, or Fuse, but Fuse seems to be on the rise after many people are, you know, using this exploit of using the ultimate on the evac tower and a lot more visibility for teams and all that stuff, and the scanning abilities that it has. People are saying, you know, we're just gonna be playing Fuse for the rest of Pro League. People are just doing all kind of stuff, and you could see even from Colgin's tweet the other day is that there's people, you know, doing the constant ducking where you can shoot through walls. People are exploiting glitches all over the place, and man, it's not just the comps. It's, you know, it's guns, it's mechanics, it's just it's everything in the game right now. Something has to be done with this, because it's not just legends. It's like literally 4 or 5 aspects of the game that are supposed to be normal. There's a way around them to exploit to use to your advantage, and it's just getting out of hand, and hopefully things will be fixed. But more on the Fuse stuff in my main video today if you guys want to go check that out as well, which, by the way, we're going to be bringing back the streams tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to join in our Twitch stream, I didn't normally stream on Twitch, so I'm excited to be back, and hopefully we get enough viewers to actually do some fun stuff. But you guys can tune in over there at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, TSM, of course, they seem to be on the downside of the scrim results, and, you know, even in Pro League, right? They're not top 3, they're not top 5, they're like 10th, 11th, isn't that middle somewhere? And I think a lot of people are wanting TSM to step it up to that next level. And they actually had a conversation about where they would have gone and if they did not have Zapto. And while I think Zapto is an amazing pickup, and I think Zapto in the end will probably work for this team, it's going to really put a lot of pressure on Verhulst to be the IGL that he needs to be. And of course, I think he's going in that direction, but it doesn't necessarily just happen overnight. It's going to take a lot more of consistency. It's going to take a lot more practice and time in to be a good IGL. And it seems that they had access to a very, very good IGL at one point. And honestly, if this team would have happened, I think it would have been probably best case scenario for TSM. So StrafingFlame apparently had reached out to TSM to say that he would like to play with them as well. The only thing is he would have had to come over to North America, stay in Canada to trial for a bit, and if trials didn't go well, of course, there would have been a lot of wasted money. But StrafingFlame being one of the best mouse and keyboard players, in my opinion, in the game, as far as like talent goes and as far as like accolades go. I'm not talking about being flashy. I'm not talking about just, you know, being a Timmy Asu style player. He's just very good at competitive play while also still being kind of flashy. But being the APAC South region, it's a very competitive region. StrafingFlame has been a very talented player, and I honestly would have loved to see this guy play at TSM. Unfortunate that it didn't work out, but I also like the teams that are sticking together. And so let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below about all the topics mentioned in today's video. Do you think StrafingFlame would have been a good fit over at TSM? And how do you feel about the current unfortunate news of Brynn stepping away from Apex once again and sadly not going through with that EXO roster? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.